Welcome to all. Today's concept is attention. Definition: attention is the ability to focus on a specific stimulus while ignoring the other details. Attention is a state of consciousness where a person can respond to a stimulus, such as an object, event, or task. It's the process of actively processing information from the environment while tuning out other details. Characteristics of attention are as follows. Attention is limited in both capacity and duration, which means we can only focus on so much for so long. It's also always biased as we focus on information that is important at the moment. Types of attention. So there are general types of attention. They are selective attention, sustained attention, divided attention, alternating attention. Selective attention. So every day we are exposed to various stimuli. Selecting from various stimuli and focus on what you find important is called as selective attention. For example, selecting only your friend in a group of individuals. Divided attention. We use divided attention while simultaneously paying attention to two or more tasks. This ability is also called as multitasking. Divided attention uses mental focus on a very large scale. For example, multitasking woman in house. Alternating attention. Alternating attention is the ability to change the focus of your attention and switch between different tasks. In this type of attention, mental flexibility is required so that one task does not limit the performance of other. Sustained attention. We often use sustained attention for tasks that takes a long time or require intense focus. This type of attention allows one to consistently perform a certain mental activity. For example, examination preparation. So let's see some of the theory commonly we are using in the attention. So they are theories of attention, bottleneck theory, automatic versus controlled processing, future integration theory. Bottleneck theory. This theory was proposed by Dept in 1958. The bottleneck theory suggests that individuals have limited amount of attention resources that they can use at a one time. Therefore, information and stimuli are filtered somehow so that only the most silent and important information is perceived. Drawback of this theory is underestimation of flexibility of human cognition. So here is the Dept model. Here the unattended message were received from sensory storage, and it will be moved towards selective filter where the filtration will take place and the important aspect will be moved towards higher level processing. So finally, whenever you require that information using your working memory, you are retrieving the information. Automatic versus controlled processing, proposed by Walter S. and Richard Schifrin. Automatic processing can be used on easy tasks involving highly familiar items. In contrast, controlled processing must be used on difficult tasks or the task involving unfamiliar item. Automatic processing is parallel, that is, which can handle two or more items at the same time. Controlled processing is serial, only one item can be handled at a time. Future integration theory. Future integration theory is the theory of attention developed in 1980 by Anne Trishmer and Greg Glad. The suggestion that we perceiving a stimulus features are registered early, automatically and in parallel, while objects are identified separately and later stage in the processing. The theory has been one of the most influential psychological model of human visual attention. So let's see what are the factors which has influence over our attention process. One is internal factor, another one is external factor. Internal factors. These determinants are personal because they depend on the individual's own cognitive resources and the brain functions. So some of the aspects are mental condition, needs, emotion, mindset, interest, motivation, and also physical states. External factor. These determinants are usually based on the characteristic of the stimuli or some comes from our surrounding. So some of the characteristics are intensity, uniqueness, size, color, and contrast. So alteration. Attention can be altered based on some of the aspects, and also this alteration is nothing but when your attention is distracted, or when the attention is having some disturbance. That time immediately it will lead to the disorders like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or without hyperactivity disorder, or some of the other aspects like stroke, dyslexia, and anxiety. So as conclusion, according to Scholberg and Matter model, there are several types like arousal, focused, sustained, selective, and altering and divided attention. Attention can be altered by some other disorders or conditions. It is evaluated with neuropsychological tests and can be measured in different areas of life like academics, clinical and professional, etc. Attention can be improved or rehabilitated by training with cognified and also thus increasing the brain plasticity.